Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Australian report for the 30th of March. And with the ASX here, no change really. We've been looking at it as wave 3 here with an A and a B and a C wave here for wave 4. And then looking up for wave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So we're moving up. The important point here though is that the 6-8 is the minor level. It's the line in the sand, as you can see through here. So it's been snaking across this level and now in line with the wave count being completed for this correction, we should start to see new highs here. As I mentioned, the 7,200, the 72 is the all-time high on the weekly chart there, so we just need to be mindful as we approach that high here for that. And yeah, so all sort of pretty simple. All we need to do is just do nothing. We've got trades on for this and we can also look to add. How far will this move up? I don't know, but technically we need to make a, well, don't have to, but we should be looking at making a new high here. We should be pulled up to, there's no big numbers here. The 6-9 is important, but not that important. So we should just continue to push up to 7,000 at least, probably a little bit higher for all of that, making wave 5 a 5, and I'm a bit unsure about this 5 here, but that's okay. We'll just continue along with this, and I'll compare this to our finance sector and resource sector and see how that top fits with that and how that fits with the US and so on and so on. But on the hourly chart here, just to drill in with our trades and a bit more detail. So I'm not sure if I've got this right just here with all of this, but the main point is we've got a position here, here and here, and we've got our stop here for this. And yeah, so we're sort of on the right track with everything. The only mistake that I could make is including this as wave 1 and 2 here, and I'll just check on this for a second. I just don't want to get stopped out for the day. That's the from the top to the bottom, that's our 50-60% retracement level. So I think that I might just adjust this stop a little bit and bring it back down here. Just keep it out of the way for the moment with this. I don't want to get stopped out, even if we do have a move down, you know what I mean, and then up from that point. So I don't want to get stopped out on that, because it does look a bit impulsive the way that that's popped down from the top here for that. Yes, which way can we go with this? So I'm just trying to think. Let's just say for a moment this moves down through here, then that would leave us with this high here to go long on. We could also go long on that today anyway, because if that got breached there, then we'd look at this as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 up through here for this. So we can add another position in here for that, if you want to take that on board, of course. Just double checking back here. See, this is okay for 1 and 2 here, then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. So I really need this last 5th wave here for this, unless we've got some other pattern. I think I'm okay, but I can still see it's possible that this can be wave 1 up here for this, and that would leave us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1, or actually just 1 here, 3, 4 and 5 maybe. It's a little bit dodgy to figure out. I need to ponder it for a while, but let's just keep the stop out of the way. We're on the right track. Our main point was really getting this level here to to become the support here, and we're doing that now. We've had the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, maybe an ABC pattern. So we don't want to be stopped out on that move, that can just be sitting here for that. We'll see how that plays out. Okay, let's have a little look around. First, we might just go to the banks. So I'll just go to ANZ. So we've been triggered in on a long trade here. We figured this was a correction here. Even though it was opened higher and down, that's okay. That's sort of quite common with the first little move up in that regard. So that's okay. So we'll just leave that as it is. And CommBank. So just on the tick chart here, well, we should really just go back to the daily chart here just to give the picture here. So I just need to go back over this. So we're looking at this as a wave 3 top, and we're looking at it as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here for this. But as noted before, this move down here as a C wave just didn't really sort of play out in this little structure here. It was just a little bit short, and the way that it just slipped into the 61.8%, it's possible that it's 1 and 2 here, then down for 1 and back for 2 here, and then down for 3, 4. It's possible. But we're also looking at it as wave 4 here and wave 1 top here, and an A and a B and a C for wave 2 here. So that seems to be playing out okay. We just need to, so having this as wave 1 up here with an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave. And then yesterday we were counting up here that we could count this up as wave 1 here. And the 50-60% retracement level is where it is now. So hopefully we'll see that play out. There may be another down move in that. I can see 5 waves in this structure here. This is a little bit dodgy here because that would be 5 waves. That would be 5 waves. So that's, we'll see. The trouble with the wave 2, it should be a zigzag. So it should be 5 waves, 3 waves, and 5 waves. So it's not quite there for this yet. But we'll just see how it plays out. Well, as long as it stays above 85, the 61.8%, very close to the 85, then we'll leave it as wave 2 here for the time being. Because it just got it just looks better that way in this particular, using all of this here. Like I said, this here as wave 1 and 2 here, and then down for 1 and back for 2 as possible. We'll just hang in there with that. Let's have a look at we'll just have a look at China for a second. Okay, so in the bigger picture here, we're looking for this wave 4 pullback here for this. So that it seems to have stayed in there. This is a monthly chart, by the way, but we haven't made any further downside. I can see that we've pushed up there, so that's okay. So that's good for the resources, I'd imagine. So iron ore's the next one. So we looking at this as the A wave, the B wave, and 5 waves, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, and 5 waves in the third wave here. So that seems to be okay, and that's been pushing up from that low. So that's been good for the FMGs and BHPs and so on. We should actually just go in and look at this now, that little move up there. I mean, it's moved up to the 61.8% from that high to that low, so plus the level here at 1,000, so we're likely to see a dance across that level there for that. Just have to bring in some more data. So yeah, so from wave B here, we'd counted 1 and 2 and 3, 4. That should be in green, actually, these counts here. But so what do we got here then? Just work this for a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 1 and 2 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So we've got, I might need to correct this, but just 1 and 2 here. And then obviously we've got 1 here, 1 and 2 here, and 3 and 4 and 5. So it's a third wave. So we're going to go up to this one. So that's up to there for that. 3, 4, 5. So that's our 5 waves. So it looks like we've got 5 waves here. So that means that it can pull down to here, and we'd be looking for this as the A wave. I don't know if that's, I can see 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here, so I don't know how far that's going to come down, but we'll be looking something like this. That's what we're looking. So we're going to see BHP and Rio and all that be a little bit choppy while this is going on here, but I just think we should hold tight. And what degree of structure do we use that as? I'll just put it here. This, I might need to lift it up as, probably need to lift that up to blue, but not to worry. I'll fix all that up later. But look, that's kind of what we're looking at the moment. So positive, that's good. Just come back to the daily chart here for that. Yeah, I have to put it in blue at least. But yeah, anyway, there's a correction. Markets are just trends and corrections of different degrees, and we've got this wave 4 here now, and we've got a first impulse wave. So that means that we'll be pushing higher here. I'll just tune that in a little bit better so we can look at that as 1 and 2 to come into play, and 3 normally plays out around the highs, the previous highs, so we'll be looking up here somewhere. I mean, it may go further and all the rest of it, but that's what we're looking at. I suppose we should use them like this then, shouldn't we? Just keep it simple. I mean, commodities tend to extend in the fifth wave anyway. So if this is wave 4 to wave 5 up here, we could get an extension here and push up much higher. But so I'm just being very conservative here. That's a nice way to start. Yeah, there's a bit of, oh, is that an extension? Yeah, I suppose it is really. It's just as good as the third wave here, isn't it? So that's its fingerprint really. So that's what we'll be seeing. So it's interesting how this never really pulled back much, did it? Do you know what I mean? It was just sort of just kept on powering along. So we'll just keep an eye on that structure. That will probably come into this fifth wave rather. Anyway, enough waffling. Now on to, just want to have a look at crude for a moment. Yeah, so crude here, we're still in the bull market, but the A wave, the B wave and the C wave here for that. And copper, I'd been asked to look at the CRB index, but I don't have it on this platform. I'll try and find it somewhere else. Copper here. Yeah, I don't know. We could be going into a triangle pattern here, actually. Unless, I mean, I could, you know, unless we can count this as the A wave here, a blue B wave and a blue C wave here for wave 4. But it's hard to get 5 waves out of this here. It's easier to get a more corrective wave out of it. That's corrective. That's possibly corrective. So that looks like a wave 1 there. So we just put those in play then, I guess. Wave 1 here. Wave 2 coming into play, may or may not be finished. Wave 3 coming in on these old highs here. Wave 4 here. I can't use these ones. I need to go to the other ones, don't I? Well, for the time being, this is what we're going to be getting anyway. Are we going to get a triangle in here? That's the question. Still leaves us with a C wave over here for this. It may not get that high either. You know, it may just go to, we might just get the third wave to here, some fourth wave and some fifth wave coming into this point here, and then coming down for that and that. So where does that leave the Australian dollar? Australian dollar's a bit different now because we've got this deeper move down through here. It's possible that this could end in three waves here, and then it'll just put us into much more of a complex, because it looks a bit impulsive going up here. We may be going, I mean, it'd been as an A wave, a B wave and a C wave here would be nice, but we still need to make a new low below here for that. Just have a look on the hourly chart. Yeah, so we still need, a breach below that 61.8%. So, I mean, it looks impulsive up there. If I go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here, and probably 5. I need to go and look in more detail. You could get it as corrective here, but it'll be something like this here as a corrective wave for wave 4, but we don't want it going any higher. In fact, any higher here, and that creates a long trade there, because that's already at, see, the 38.2% retracement levels right here. We've popped up to the 50, made that high, so we don't want to be making a new high here based on a wave 4 here. So you can go long at this point. Also too, this would be the levels here important. This is 75 and this is 78, so they're the minor levels. So this is also group 2 here, so 65, 72 and 80, the 78, that's all of group 2. So that's important, and this is what the market's trying to do, is will it be, you know, is it being rejected out of group 2 here at the moment? But if it climbs up in there, then it's going to go higher at that point. It just means that we need to finish in 3 waves here, which I don't particularly like doing, but in wave 4s, that's just one of the things that we need, that we've got to put up with. But it does look a bit impulsive to the upside. So you could look at that as a setup, because we've had the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, and now some sort of corrective pattern coming down. So taking that out there, but it could also just pop down to here and then move up from that point there as well. But it's not going to line up with copper, so we probably end up going into more of a complicated correction. It would be very nice if it came down here in 5 waves, because then we would know where we are at that point, you know. But it's just not looking that corrective at that point. But we'll just see. We'll give it some time. It will resolve itself, and then we can make a choice decision of how we're going to play that out at that point. I mean, because copper's going into a triangle, this can just be, you know, a WXY here for a W, then an X, and then a Y over here for that. I don't know yet. We'll just see. We'll just see what we get here first. BHP and FMG and that, which, okay, FMG comes up first. So with FMG here, we've been looking at this as a corrective pattern coming down as an A wave, a B wave and a C wave. I thought this had a little bit more to go in it down here. You know, even this last little structure here didn't finish off that well, but we decided to go long because of what iron ore was doing. That was the main reason. So I figured there may be another move down here. So going long here, excuse me, is a bit risky. And as iron ore is going to be pulling down for that ABC pattern a little bit further, that can make this pull back down here as well. That volume on that second bar wasn't that strong on that. So we've got less volume on the smaller range here. I can see we got less volume on a smaller range in the second bar. So, but that's okay because we need to come back and test this here as well. Let me just go to the tick chart just to pick that up. I mean, I can put our wave 5 in here, but and it's okay to do that. It's okay to put that. I mean, I just don't have from the top here. I just don't have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 unless that's it there, which is pretty pathetic. Possible, but the fact that the market's moved up and overlapped wave 1 here, this low here, then I've got to put that in. So we should be on our way. It's just that, is that the 5 waves there? Some sort of truncated 5th wave. But here I can see that we've got wave 1 here and 2 here. I mean, obviously we've got a 3rd wave here. We'll just see how it plays out. We're long. We'll just see how that goes. Also BHP. Where are we for BHP? The same sort of thing. This is a tick chart. We've talked about going long right on the bottom here. I don't normally do that, but yeah. But we counted a little 5-wave structure in here, so we decided to go long here for that. So we'll just see. I mean, I'm already in this. I'm just floating around. I don't even know where. I'm probably bored over here somewhere for that. So I'm looking to add again for this. I just didn't get time to do that, but I'll just focus back in on that. I mean, I just don't know if this is a bullish trend just yet, but at least what we can do here now is we can start to cover our costs on that position. So I'll just put that under there. That pretty much sort of covers it to a point. But we will pull back. So I'll just pull it just away from that a little bit here. This looks impulsive, corrective, impulsive, corrective, impulsive. So we should make a new little high here, I guess. But with iron ore doing its thing, you know, that correction. So this is going to have some sort of, it's going to do something like that. I mean, for here, we could look at this as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave, and finishing here and come down from that point. So the other side to this, of course, is wave 1 here and 2 here, and going up 3, 4, 5. Because, I mean, we're taking this trade not based on the wave count here, basically. I mean, we are in a way, but we're more so looking at iron ore here for this. Let me just go back to the daily chart here for a moment. Just want to check on a, oops, wrong one. Well, it's good that it's overlapping this here. That's something. Because if that was down for 1 and back for 2 and down for 3 and back for 4 here, then we're starting to get that overlap there, which is good. You know what I mean? That's helpful in that point. Tells us that sort of, you know, that shouldn't be happening if it was further down here for this. But I don't know yet. It's not like we're getting a lot of volume coming in here, pushing this up through here for this, and we will see it pull. We will see it pull back because of iron ore as such. But like FMG and that, do we put that in there at this stage? That's the question. Okay, I think I'll just leave it at that. Do I need to look at anything else? Just check. No, that should do the trick. Yeah, we'll just see. So what's the day today? Tuesday. Right. So we normally find midweek a little bit choppy, you know, especially the Wednesday and Thursdays. So we'll see how we float through with all of this. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.